The young girl walked around her neighborhood. She had nothing to do. It was Friday night and all her friends were either at a party or sleeping. Out the corner of her eye, when she was opening the door, she saw a boy around the age of 12, 1 year older than her. He was skinny, and he had thin, blonde hair. He had freckles on his cheeks and big round glasses. She'd never seen a boy before, so why was he standing in front of her house? Ignoring him, she opened the door and went inside. A few seconds later, there was a knock on the door. She opened it, revealing the skinny boy. "Hi, I just moved here. My name's Edwin, and I lost my dog. If you see him, please tell me. I live next door," Edwin said. She shook her head, and Edwin asked her name. "Allison. It's nice to meet you, Edwin," Allison said. Allison noticed Edwin's big emerald eyes. They were so green that if you stared at them, you'd be hypnotized by the color. She then shut the door. She didn't feel like interacting with that boy. The next day, Allison woke up on the floor with the novel Elle Changed the World next to her. She put the book on her dresser and got dressed. She was having breakfast when there was a knock on the door. She opened the door to see Edwin, wearing a blue t-shirt and black shorts that were way too big for him. Allison welcomed him, and he came inside. Edwin sat down on the couch. "I still can't find my dog. He's a beagle puppy, and about 8 pounds, named Lucky. Did you find him?" Allison said no. Edwin got glum. Allison and Edwin were watching Oran High School Host Club when Naomi, Allison's 17-year-old sister, came home. "Naomi, this is my new friend, Edwin. He just moved here," Allison said. Naomi looked towards Edwin. "Another made-up friend? Really?" Naomi asked before going upstairs. Allison was confused. She swore Edwin was real. During the 5 months that they knew each other, Allison and Edwin became closer and closer. Eventually they began dating. Naomi said Edwin didn't exist. Edwin's dog, Lucky, was still missing. One day, they were out late at night, when barking could be heard. Allison turned her head to see a beagle barking frantically. Edwin perked up. "Lucky, I found you! After so long!" Edwin said, running after the dog. Allison ran after him until she came across a grave in a cemetery. Rest in peace, Edwin Rogers, 1960 to 1972. Allison stood in utter horror at the grave. This kid died at age 12, the same age as Edwin. She quickly ran home and searched Edwin Rogers dead online, and the article explained that the death of a 12-year-old boy named Edwin, who died after being hit by a car while looking for his dog named Lucky. Allison shook in horror. Edwin had been dead for 30 years. She then turned and gasped at the sight. Edwin was holding Lucky, but he looked different. His left leg was twisted and bent in a gruesome way. He had tire tracks from a car along his body. His glasses were cracked. His shirt was stained in blood. His blonde hair was matted against his skull. The worst part of all was the fact that blood came from a crack in his head. Allison vomited on the floor and Edwin frowned. "I thought you loved me. You helped me look for Lucky. We watched your favorite shows together. We pranked your sister last month. Don't you love me, Alice?" Edwin asked. Allison was confused. "Alice?" Allison asked. She had a neighbor named Alice. People said that Alice looked like her when she was a kid. Edwin nodded. "You ran away from me when the car struck me. I thought you loved me, Alice," Edwin said with tears coming down his emerald eyes. Allison told Edwin to come with her somewhere. She knocked on the door of her neighbor, Alice, and she walked out and saw the boy, She gasped with fear and surprise. Edwin? Is that you? It's me, Alice, Alice said. Edwin was still sad. Yes, it's me. Why did you run away? Edwin asked. Alice hugged the boy, trying not to make any more damage. I was looking for help. By the time I got my mother, I was too late. I'm happy to see you again, Edwin, Alice said. Edwin's body glowed. He looked the way he appeared when Allison first met him. Allison, do you promise to love Edwin? Alice asked. Yes, Allison said. Edwin smiled. Forever? Edwin asked. Allison smiled. Forever, Allison said. They both hugged. Allison and Edwin went home, and Naomi was watching TV, making room for someone who wasn't there. This is Oswald. He moved across the street yesterday. He wants to know where his little brother went to, Naomi said. Thanks for sticking around to the end. And if you enjoyed today's story, make sure to leave a like. And if you want more like it, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a story. If you need more now, why not check out my Creepypasta playlist? I'll leave that on this card, and I'll catch you in the next story.